Do you ever watch some of the intricate YouTube videos and wonder what took place to create such a small production? How much effort actually went into the end result? Well, that's why we're here today. I want to share with you what it took to make just one video for my wife and daughter's channel that taught me more than any other video I've ever submitted. When I started my YouTube channel 8 months ago, I had a plan to build up my equipment, create a better studio, and be able to record in many circumstances. I had a sudden realization when my favorite moment, which was not planned, hit me like a brick wall. The end result of all of that hard work wasn't exactly what I planned, but was worth more than viewer counts, monetization, and affiliations. I've been reminded that my life is fantastic, and this new endeavor has benefited and brought my family even closer than I could have ever imagined. With all of that being said, I'm here to show you why I'm feeling nostalgic and how much effort is made to create videos. So if you enjoy being a content creator, I invite you to subscribe and grow with me as I learn to tell stories through the largest media outlet in the world. I've never created such a big video for someone else, but I've learned more doing so that I might have created my best video yet. So as you can tell, there's a lot of things that have to go into making a good video, and I have had the most moving parts in this video than any other video that I've made so far. Implementing the green screen and getting it just right is not an easy task. So if you are new to green screens, one tip is to make sure that when you set up your green screen, you have to put it at least 1.5 to 2 feet. Create some distance between your subject and the green screen, and light the green screen separately. If you put too harsh of a light on that separate green screen, then you're gonna have some lights and dark. So you have to make sure that you maneuver your light far enough away so it evenly as possible illuminates the entire green screen without disrupting your subject. The real work actually does come when you sit down at your computer, you open up your editing software, and again, for what I use, Adobe Premiere, you take all of your footage and you drop it into your project area, and then you begin piecing it all together. So this is not an editing tutorial for Adobe Premiere. I just wanted to let you know what software I'm using and give you some ideas of my workflow and what it all does actually take to make a good YouTube video. Just thought this clip was cute, and just seeing my girls have so much fun was just more enjoyable than actually recording this thing, watching them bond. And then I go into the rendered portion where I actually got to, now I nested everything here, but I'm going to give you an example of how you actually can add that green screen effect in here, because I kept the clips here. And so I'm going to drag one of my clips Let's see, I'll do it right here, and then I'll drop this down here. I'll get rid of the audio. I know this is a very simple way of doing this. Backgrounds, there they are. All right, and you can pick there's so many backgrounds out there, and all I would do is just go to the internet, find a decent background that looked nice, and boom, you can make a video background if you want to. To me, that's just a little too busy, a little too distracting, but you can open up, you know, any of these types of videos. But yeah, that would be a mess if I threw that behind the girls. So, and you can change the opacity a little bit and make it a little bit, you know, more tolerable to see. But I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, you can find any type of free backgrounds, and you know, if I wanted to give the next presidential speech, look at that. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Anyways, your backgrounds, you can choose, say for instance, let's see, copy that. I'm gonna copy that background, and I'm gonna go back into Adobe Premiere. I'm gonna drop that into my project area, and it's very sloppy right now, I know. With video effects, you can go into keying, and you can actually type in keying, and ultra key, and then you drop that onto your clip. Now once it's on your clip, you go to effect controls, and look at there, ultra key. Now you go to your key color, you pick your color picker, and you pick the color, and look at there, it's gone. And so if you go back to your project area and you grab your background area or scene, change the image to set frame, adjust it, there we go. Now what do we have? We have a problem here, don't we? That's because it's not supposed to be in front of the video itself. Look, there it is. So I bring all of this down, keep everything lined up, and now I've got all of these lines, everything. This one isn't really good for the color that I actually pitched. If you added a little bit more of a warm tone through your lighting, it would complement the background. But I chose to go with those other colors that you noticed in the prior finish, so that worked really good with that. So that means with these, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time adjusting that. So you'll notice up here in the corners, you've got some really light, fuzzy gray areas, not good. And so you'll go back to your generation, your matte generation, clean up everything. You can adjust your transparency. Look, it's already, now you don't want to go too far because you'll lose your subject. There they went. That's great. No, can't make them invisible. All right, so you want to get as much as you can without messing up your actual photo or video. And then you just go through it and start making your slight adjustments. Bring the highlights down, bring your shadows down a shade. Now look, now you see more of the background. And if you see some greens and stuff around here, uh-oh, what did I do? Ah, there it went. I accidentally hit the mouse wheel and I freaked out, but you don't have to freak out too much because you've got undo. Undo is your best friend in Adobe, believe me. All right, and so we're going to the tolerance, and now you want to watch for the edges. Look at that. Now, still see a little bit, but there's green actually in that background, so you know that can actually complement that a little bit. We're going to feather this a little bit. Let's do some matte cleanup. Soften. All right, let's soften the edges a lot. Look at that. Now, if you look over here in this arm, you see some of that softening of that background. Now, you don't want to make it too crisp and clear because it's going to not help blend in with the background. But now we have an issue here where we're looking at mom's shoulder. And we can adjust a little bit of that by, oh, you see it disappearing? Look, look, it's gone. Now let's hit play and see how that actually plays out. Now, yes, we didn't use a lot of gold in here, and yeah, you can color grade the actual video itself. So if you go back to the video and we'll go to color. Now we're gonna make it a little bit warmer so they blend into the photo a little, or the video a little bit more. I keep saying photo. All right, now I don't want to go change their tones of their skins too much, but you notice I warmed it up a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna drop the exposure just a little bit, and then I'm gonna soften that up by lowering the contrast so they don't stand out so much more than the rest. And then you just go through and you can adjust some of it to make it suit your liking. And let's drop some of the shadows a shade, and oh, look at there, it's already looking better. Now I don't like that, and let's soften all of that up. Now that looks a ton better, and we'll go back to editing. They already look a ton better. Far cry different mood there than it was here. I like this one because they're doing a makeup video and there's colors and fun stuff in makeup, and this is a little bit more glamorous, and to me it just didn't suit the style of video that I was trying to portray. So I think this looks still pretty good, but I like this one better. It's just a little bit more fun than that. That's a little bit too serious for me. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I had a blast making this video. So there's a lot that goes on with video editing and setting up a video, putting it all together. And so if you are a budding videographer or YouTuber and you enjoy this type of stuff, please subscribe, hit that notification bell for upcoming content, and I'll see you all next week.